Hey love, what is up? Thanks for joining me today. My name is Lauren if you didn't know, and today we are going over some new Dior releases. So if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. This box is huge. I'm definitely keeping it. It reminds me of a shoebox. I don't know why they sent my stuff in this big ass box, but they did. At this point, Dior might as well just have, you know, access to my bank account. Like I might as well just put them on as a joint owner because woo, they are draining my shit. Dior released 3 new products. One is a reformulation of their iconic blushes. Still the same name. It's the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blush. These retail for $40, same price. The only thing that's really changed is the packaging for real. It came out in 7 shades. I wish they would have came out with that mahogany shade, oh my gosh, or that bronze shade from last summer. That would have been nice to see like a little bit more neutral brown colors in the lineup, but they stuck to mostly purples and pinks and berries. I got 3 of those shades. I have 103 Toffee, which is this nude color. We're trying it for science. I don't know if it's gonna work on my skin tone, but we're trying it. And then we have the shade 012 Rosewood. I always wanted this color, I just never bought it in the original blush formula. It's my understanding that these colors are a 1-to-1 match. And then we have a new shade, which is 077 Candy. And I also picked up 2 of the Dior Addict Lip Glow Butters. These retail for $42, and I got the shade 101 Glazed Pink, and this one is 103 Toffee. So I got these 2 shades. One is a shimmer finish, the other one is like just a high shine finish, I guess. I did order the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow sticks, those blush balms that come in a tube. It's in a different order. It didn't get here yet. Today we're just gonna focus on the blushes, the powder ones, and these lip balms. So the first product I'm gonna get out the way is the lip butter balm because I kind of need to put something on my lips right now. Shade Toffee. This is the Dior Addict Lip Glow Butter. It is a high shine lip treatment that is the perfect balance between a balm and a gloss. Made from 90% natural origin ingredients and infused with a peptide and ceramide duo, it instantly enhances the look of lips with a touch of color and shine while deeply hydrating them for 24 hours. They came out with 5 shades. There are glossy finishes and shimmery finishes. The texture is rich and soothing. Skincare formula infused with peptide and ceramides to support the skin barrier for 24 hours. I was nervous about buying this because it said it's a hybrid between their gloss and their balm. I am not a big fan of Dior's lip balms, but I do like their lip glosses. So yeah, this was risky, and it was definitely risky for me to buy 2. I will say this is adorable. This packaging is so cute. It does feel a little cheapy now that I have it in my hands. I can definitely see if you were to use this and travel with it everywhere, this will probably fall off, and these lettering will probably like dissipate after a certain point. I know exactly who this is marketed for. Like just looking at them, I knew exactly who this was marketed for. This is marketed for people like my niece, who's like 12, 13, 14 years old. Yeah, that demographic. I know she would go crazy if I sent one of these over for Christmas this year. Like, I know she would for a fact. This is who the target demographic I feel like is for this product. My niece or somebody like that would go crazy over something this adorable and cute. I will say I'm a little disappointed in the shimmer finish. I do not see any glitter or sparkle. I'm gonna pile on a little bit more to see if I can like see it, but like I do not see any with this at all. It's very sheer, which is fine, but I was expecting to see glitter. I don't see any glitter. Now I see it. Now I piled it on a little bit more. I can see it. Barely though, because I'm having a hard time picking out what color glitter this is on my lips. It's barely noticeable. Let me zoom in. Yeah, the glitter is not super impactful with this product at all. So I'm a little disappointed with this. They only have 2 in this glitter or shimmer finish. This one glazed pink, and then they have glazed lavender, which has more of a purple iridescent duochrome thing. I just bought the purple Fenty lip oil, so I didn't feel the need to buy this also in a purple color, so I went with the pink. And it looks fine. It feels fine. It feels nourishing. It does have that typical thin mint smell that most of Dior lip products have. The shade Toffee is literally just a clear nude brown gloss on me. I was looking at that one shade, lychee, however you pronounce it. Yeah, that fruit. I was looking at that shade too because it was the one that would appear to have probably the most color. I will say with the shimmer finish, I can't feel an ounce of glitter at all, like at all. So that's nice. It feels slicker and slightly more hydrating than the Summer Fridays lip balm. It definitely doesn't feel like their Dior lip glow oils either. I do like this consistency and texture that I'm getting from it. Time will tell how long this shine will last. This is okay. $42 is steep for a lip balm. But I think somebody in Dior's finance department said all products must be a minimum of $40. That's where I think the pricing is coming from. So next up we have the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush, a powder blush with pH activated color. What is it? It says Dior's iconic Rosy Glow blush offers long-wearing buildable custom color thanks to a formula with technology that reacts to the skin's pH, creating personalized color and an instant healthy glow. The Dior powder blush is now even more buildable thanks to a pigment-rich formula. The ultra-fine, lightweight blush blends seamlessly for a natural color and a second skin feeling. They came out with 7 shades and 2 finishes, a natural blur and a pearlescent. The coverage is buildable and the texture is soft. So I believe the 2 that are pearlescent are the shades Candy and Toffee, which I have both. And they are also new shades that were never like around in the original lineup of the Dior blushes. And then I got the shade Rosewood. Very powdery. This is the shade Toffee, so we're just gonna go in, see what it does, if it does anything. I have nothing on my face but my base complexion. I use concealer and I set my concealer with powder, and so far I see nothing but a subtle golden glow. I'm not gonna lie, I did buy the shade for guinea pig purposes because I wanted to know if it would work on darker complexions, how deep it will go. But also, again, it has a pearlized finish in it, so I was hoping that if it doesn't show up on my skin tone, the worst case scenario in this situation would be that it would just be, I don't like the way it like clung right there. It would be a highlighter. So this is the shade Toffee. As you can see, it didn't add really any color. It just added like a luminescent gold sheen to my face. So this is strictly a highlighter for me. I dipped into the pan 3 times, as you saw. So this is Nothing, and this is the shade Toffee. This is the shade Toffee. Yeah, it just made my cheek gold. This acts like a gold highlighter on my skin complexion. So I guess I'll be using it as such. But this is with Nothing. Toffee. Yeah, it just made my cheek gold. Okay, so that's Toffee. Okay, so the next shade we're gonna try on, I cleaned off my brush, wiped it completely off, there's no product left over, is 77 Candy. 077. So this is what the shade looks like. Oh, that's bright. I immediately got the color from that. That's nice. It's like a bright shade on my complexion, like a peachy coral bright shade. I don't know. The camera looks like more coral, but in person it's kind of pulling a little red. That was my 3rd dip in there. This is realistically where I would stop if I was wearing this blush color. Like, I don't usually pile on more, but we're gonna pile on 1 more layer just to see how it builds up. Yeah, that's pretty. And this is like a perfect vibrant color for summer. I like that. I like that a lot. So this is a shade 77 Candy. 077 Candy, whatever you wanna call it. But it's a nice bright coral color. It does have a shift on it, like a golden hue to it, so it is a pearlescent finish, but that looks really good. Yeah, I like this. I like this color a lot. This is nice. It's a perfect summer color. Like, it is emphasizing a lot of texture though. Notice it's emphasizing some texture mainly like right here where my pores is, like right here. But yeah, this is a shade Candy. Very pretty. That was Candy. So we're gonna put that down and I pick up another brush. I have multiples of these Sonia G cheek brushes and my favorite blush brush of all time. If you don't have one, I highly recommend this brush. We're gonna try the shade Rosewood on the side of the face. Oh, she's pigmented. That was just one dip. I'm kind of scared to build this up because like this is like a perfect level of pigmentation for me. This is my second dip into the pan. I have been tapping off my brush between dips too, so like I just haven't been going in all willy-nilly with it, but this is pretty. You can see a difference between the two shades. They look very similar, but there's no pearlescent shine with this. This is completely matte, so this is Rosewood. That's very pretty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like this color. I like this color a lot. I always wanted this color. I just never bothered to buy it. I do have a lot of blush, and yeah, these days you either have to be like something very new formula, or a color that just is irresistible to me. But most Dior products, I don't think they're really worth paying full price for. So I have a hard time wanting to buy them. I want them, but I don't want to pay for them, I guess is what I'm gonna be trying to say. So this is the shade Rosewood, a lot more matte and finish. There's no shine. Definitely complete different finish than Candy or Toffee over here. It reminds me of the original, or shall I say the last reformulation they did of their blushes. So this is the shade Rosewood. This is really pretty. Great color. That's all I can say is great color. So this is a difference. Like you see that pearlescent glow that Candy had, and this is just completely matte. That's the difference here. So honestly, I can't tell what they did different, if anything, in comparison to the last blush formula that they released that came in the rectangular packages. I really can't tell you. It looks and feels the same as those blushes that I do own. Unfortunately, I do not have any one-to-one comparisons to do because I picked all colors that I don't own. So I couldn't like tell you if it's an exact dupe or match for this color Rosewood to what's already existed, but this is a pretty color. I like this a lot. Okay, so final thoughts on these new releases from Dior. The lip butters, they actually feel really good and hydrating and nourishing. Nice high shine finish. I have been sitting here drinking tea this whole time, like in between me like doing the swatches, and it's still on my lips, which is a good sign for longevity. I've been sitting here for about an hour now, and I still have shine on both the top and bottom, so that's impressive. Usually I just have shine like on just the top, but I can still feel and see the product on the bottom lip as well. So, and I haven't reapplied this, so this is nice. My only disappointment is one, this isn't as shimmery as I would like it to be. The glitter particles in here are very like non-existent. I don't know if mine isn't mixed well or what, but I'm not crazy about that. Like I paid for a shimmer finish. I expect to see shimmer or glitter on my lips. A little bit of sparkle, or more sparkle than what this is providing. The Toffee shade is definitely going to get a lot of use out of me. This is like an everyday nude. I can throw this on without even thinking about it, with or without makeup. Yeah, this is perfect. I feel the same way about this pink shade too, since the glitter isn't super pronounced in it. Again, they have that thin mint cooling sensation. I was a little bit worried about these because it said it was a hybrid between their lip gloss and their lip balm. I was literally split down the middle here. Like I don't like the balm, but I love the luminizer, so it could have went either way. I'm glad it went more in the direction of a product that I like. This just feels nice on the lips. No complaints. $42 is really up to your budget and discretion, but I can see the kids going crazy over this. If I was to gift this to my like 13-year-old niece, she would absolutely go apeshit over this. And also, I've seen people say they would take this charm off when it's done, or you know, before it's done, and like use it for other things. Like you could put this on your keychain. I've seen some people say earrings. Yeah, so you could technically keep this charm. I don't think it's doing anything groundbreaking. You can get Summer Fridays for less. I think Summer Fridays is like $20-some, and it's $42, so half the price. It's cute. It's nice. Is it doing anything groundbreaking? Not really. If you really want it, I highly recommend you buy it on sale, but I do like this. The blushes. I am having a hard time finding the difference between this formulation and this formulation. Keep in mind, the last formulation, I believe they only really had the soft blur matte ones. I think Bronze Glow had like some sparkle and shimmer in it, but it never like actually highlighted my cheek like this pearlescent finish that they have going on here. So that's the only real difference here, is this entirely new finish, which is pearlescent. The other ones that aren't pearlescent, that are the soft blur matte finish, or natural finish, they're saying natural finish, literally remind me of the last reformulation. So I'm having a hard time figuring out what the difference is between this and this, besides the fact that this is slightly more pigmented. I do like the new packaging. I will give them that. This new packaging is nice. I like the way the logoing is going on. Like, It's definitely a difference in packaging, but I believe they're the same amount of product, right? They're both saying 0.15 ounces. So it's basically the same. It's just okay. It's not wowing my socks off. It's a blush. It added color to my face. I don't think it's doing anything groundbreaking. It looks okay. It looks nice. I would highly recommend just wait for a sale. It doesn't help that they came out with the same exact shades that already existed in this format. So if you already own this blush in Rosewood, there's absolutely no reason to get the newer version in Rosewood, honestly. It's my understanding that the shades are like a 1-to-1 match. And the only 2 new shades are these pearlescent ones. But you have to be mindful if you want a glowy cheek that it will show a little bit of texture or emphasize a little bit of texture. I can see texture being emphasized right here in this part of my face, so I have to be mindful of that, not to drag it down that far, but that's where my cheeks is. That's the apples of my cheeks. It's not as blurring and diffusing of a glow as I would like. Definitely not like the YSL satin blush formula. Unfortunately, the shade Toffee does not work for my complexion. If you are in the medium deep range, skip this. Unless you want, like, you know, a golden highlighter, skip it. It does give me a glow, so I can use this as a highlighter, but like I really wanted to see if it would be like another nude tone blush like the House Labs Fire Moon or a Rose Tan from Hermes. Those are perfect nude tone blushes for my complexion. This looked like it would be in that wheelhouse. Time will tell if this formulation is truly different and if it won't do that hard panning effect that many people claim they have experienced with this one. This formulation was notorious for growing fainter and fainter. Mind you, it already started off with pretty light coverage, but these would hard pan and then you would get even less pigment out of it. So only time could tell if this formulation would hard pan. I didn't have that problem with my Dior blushes. None of them have hard panned on me. But yeah, I would just wait for a sale. Am I happy with my purchase? I'm okay. I'm really waiting for those blush bombs to get here. I'm more interested in those than I was these or the lip balms. That package has been delayed a little bit. When it gets here, I will record a video with those ASAP. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss that video. The moral of the story here for both of these products, the powder blush and the lip glow butter, buy them on sale. I wouldn't tell you to run out and buy it at full price because it's really not doing anything super groundbreaking. They're nice. They're okay. Pay at full price at your own risk. I would wait for a sale if I was you. But that's all from me today. Appreciate you hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me, have you picked up any of these new Dior releases? Are they on your radar? Are you passing? Are you waiting for more reviews? Anything you want to talk about in the comments down below. I appreciate you hanging out, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. They really needed to release some brown bronzy tone shades. Like the House Labs just released these shades. Video of this coming soon. But yeah, like they needed more brown tone shades, I feel like, not just pinks and berries. I know you can do it. You did it last year with Bronze Glow. That mahogany shade, yeah. Give us some brown shades. Give us some beigey, nudie, deep brown shades, because Toffee being the only like nude tone shade, it's kind of disappointing.